Preparing for the FTMO challenge is more important than the actual challenge, because if you prepare well with a good strategy that you master, you will pass the challenge sooner or later. And I know there are many YouTubers showing that they pass the challenges within a few hours or even minutes, which is possible, but that's not the idea. Picking up a few lucky trades to record such a YouTube video is worthy for those YouTubers because they will make more money from YouTube compared to what they risked for the challenge. But if you want to be a profitable trader in the long term, you have to focus at one thing: consistency. You need to trade every day with a certain target or maximum drawdown, which these prop trading firms will set up anyways for you. And in this video I will actually record a few consecutive trading days, so there might be profits, there might be losses, but I will show you what I'm looking at and I will record my trading to make it as practical as possible. And this video is sponsored by the like button, so while I move myself to the computer, just smash it and I will show you the whole thing. Hello everyone, Petko Alexandrov. I hope you have an amazing day and I will share with you some of the first results I have from the FTMO challenge trial period. You will see that this morning I have profit of 426.36, which is about 4%. And with a few trades, that is quite a decent result with the FTMO challenge. But let me show you exactly what I did. If I show you the account metrics, you will see that I am passing the maximum daily loss and the maximum loss. Plus I have nearly reached the 500 target. And now what I had as trading is 2 negative trades on Euro Canadian. And then I had 2 positive ones on pound dollar. And those 2 brought me actually exactly $600. But because I had those 2 negative ones, I have 426 as a result. Now let me show you exactly what happened. I was trading at the beginning of the London session and Euro Canadian was very bearish, so I picked up the opportunity. However, it turned upwards, and by the way, I have recorded the whole thing, and that is something I would suggest you to do if you want to improve your trading, find out the mistakes you've done. Always record your screens so you can go back and see what you have missed. In this case, I will tell you what I have missed. So right at this moment I was selling Euro Canadian with a very good risk reward ratio. You can see where is my entry. I have placed the stop loss above the recent high and my take profit was above that support level we had at 134 with Euro CAD, and Canadian was strong at the Forex profit supreme meter. But what I've missed is that Euro was not among the weakest currencies, okay? Those were Aussie, New Zealand, Pound and Swiss, and that is probably why Euro went a little bit on the upper side. However, a good risk reward above 1 to 3, so it was worth trying it out. And then I actually sold it for a second time and I improved my average price, but still my stop loss was hit. However, at this moment I was already keeping an eye on the pound dollar. Right in here I used the Fibonacci and you can see with the Forex profit supreme meter, the dollar was the strongest, the pound was the weakest, so I picked up the opportunity. I have sold it twice, one time at the 61.8, one time at the 38.2, and on daily chart I saw that break of the counter trend line, which was a great sign for me. So I had 2 trades with the Fibonacci retracement. I'm picking up this first move after the London opens. It's a bearish move and I draw the Fibonacci and I'm taking the retracements, but only because the dollar was still the strongest in the Forex profit supreme meter and the pound was the weakest. Then I picked up the profit at 161.8 with the first trade. Here it is. And then I closed the second one manually. I was trailing the stop loss, so you can see already where my stop loss is. And then I saw this kind of a hammer formation plus a few more bars stopping at this level and forming almost a double bottom. That was not confirmed, but I didn't want to risk any of my profits and I closed it manually. And here are the trades in my account. However, if I show you pound dollar, you will see the price dropping even further. Okay, so here was the Fibonacci, then the price went downwards. I took one profit at 161.8, and then the second one over here, the price continued lower, and if I have kept trailing the stop loss, I would have taken more profits. But guys, once you grab your profits, don't go back into the same trade in the same direction, because if I have entered again somewhere in these bottoms and then the price went upwards, probably my stop loss would have been hit and I would lose the profits. And this is a psychological game, right? Once you grab your profits, forget about it. Don't get into the same direction because the move is already gone. And what are the indicators that I'm following? One more time, this is the Fibonacci, so I'm taking the retracement after the first move. I have explained that technique in my live Forex trading course. I'll put the link down below in the description with a coupon from Udemy for the biggest discount possible, so we can grab it for $10 to $12 if you decide. Then I'm looking for the Forex Profit Supreme meter. I'll drop link below as well so you can download it for free. And as well, I'm looking for that confirmation on the daily chart. Here it is, okay? And I'm using the 20 moving average, the red one. I'm using the 100 and the 200. So I would be selling if the price is below the 200 and below the 100. Now the 20, I keep an eye on it. I use it in different ways, and today the price was just breaking when I entered, and I knew that if it breaks below the 20, it would increase the momentum and it would be a position I want to be in. Plus I had that break of the counter trend line and I had everything I needed to go for this pound dollar trade, because one more time, the dollar was the strongest, pound was the weakest, and I think I grabbed the best pair to trade at that moment. And on the second day, I took a small loss, which is quite normal, and you should embrace it, that no matter what trading strategy you use, no matter how much you master it, there will be losses some days. However, you need to really minimize your losses. And what happened today, I had a very strong Aussie against the others, and especially against the euro. It was the most logical trade right after the London opened, and I took short trade. I have placed a stop loss right above the tops. You can see where it is. Here is the stop loss, and I switched to M15 to place my take profit right above the support level. So you see that one time, two time, the price bounced out of these levels, and I wanted to have my take profit just above those levels, which is quite logical. And here is my take profit. Okay, so here is the take profit, here is the stop loss. Not a very good reward risk ratio, but stay with me here. Price went on my favor and I was on a profit a few minutes later. However, there was a speech from the ECB president in 1 hour or so, and I wanted to end up this trade before the speech. And here you will see, if I scroll through the recording, that the price really went in my favor, and euro was not really on the bottom anymore. This is why I moved my stop loss just above my entry or above this bullish M1 candlestick, and you will see that I have minimized my loss to $12 or something like that. I believe it was, yeah, 12.71, which is nearly break even. But remember that the market doesn't care where you entered. If there is some kind of a formation, wick or pattern, or just a candle that you want to put your stop loss above that, put it in there, not at your entry. The market doesn't care where you enter. And what happened, the price went downwards, and I saw that failure of a recent low, nearly a double bottom, but I prefer to call it a failure of the recent low. And at this moment I had to take the decision whether I'll be taking my profit, whatever I have in the account, like 0.5% or $50-60, and I decided to keep it the way it is, because Aussie was still the strongest, Euro was among the weakest, and I decided that it's just worthy leaving the trade the way it was. However, slowly the price climbed up and my stop loss was hit. A very small loss, and if I overview the trade after that, it was the smarter decision to take my profit after I saw that failure of the recent low. But at this moment I took the decision to risk it because I was risking just $12, but I had my take profit at a very nice spot, so it was worth it to give it a try. But one more time, do not regret about the decisions you took, because at that moment this was the right decision for me. And on the third day I have achieved my profit target of $500. I will show you everything I did during this session. However, if I scroll lower, you will notice that I have passed the objectives of profit. So in total I have 553.77. I have passed the maximum loss. I didn't have any losses today. I will show you the trades just in a second. And I didn't pass just the minimum 5 trading days because I achieved my target in 3 days. However, if you want to pass that as well, you can simply open on the next day a very small position of 0.01. It doesn't really matter what will happen because you will end up with a few dollars on a profit or on a loss or just a few cents, but you will have activity during this trading day. And right below that objectives you have the statistics. So I have average reward risk ratio to 3.01, which is pretty good, and as well profit factor 4.01, and profit factor is basically all the profits divided by all the losses, and anything above 1 is alright, which means that you are a profitable trader. Now let me show you the trades because I have recorded everything while I was trading, and you will see that at the beginning of the session Euro and Swiss were on the top, Yen was the weakest, and I avoid Swiss pairs, especially Swiss Yen or something like that, and I decided to go for Euro Yen. Right at that moment, a few minutes after the market opened, I have bought Euro Yen. You will see that it was the strongest at Forex Profit Supreme Meter. If I make it a little bit bigger, you will see where I have placed the stop loss and the take profit. So my stop loss was below the very recent lows. My take profit was way higher. I will show you why just in a second. But I had a risk of 124.77, which is just above 1.2%. And then I recorded the analysis on the time frame so I can show it to you. I had series of high highs and high lows on the daily chart. On M15, this is what we had, a very good momentum from the trading session on Friday, and everything is above the moving averages. So the price was already above the 20 moving average on daily chart, same as the 100 and 200, plus on M15 everything is in order, and my take profit was at 146.95 for a reason, actually for 3 reasons. First, we had that counter trend line on daily chart right in here, and I wanted to place it below. We had that zone of resistance and I wanted to put my take profit below that, plus I wanted to have it below the 147 roundish number. Okay, and my ratio was about 227, I believe. Yep, so here is my take profit, here is the entry, here is the stop loss, and my stop loss was not just below the recent lows but below the 20 moving average on M15. Okay, so I'm executing the trades on M1, but I'm looking at the hard time frames always, and you will see what happened after that. We had a very nice bullish move. I went on a profit, but then Euro started to hesitate lower. Pound was already strongest and we had great moves from the pound pairs, but I was already in that Euro Yen trade and we had a great reversal. Now at that moment I could have placed my stop loss below the London opening, which will lower my risk, but if I have done that, you will see that I would be kicked off because the price went a little bit lower and then it went in the right direction for me, and at that moment I have opened the second trade, so I improved my average price. I have kept the stop loss at that safer place, but I have placed the take profit at 146.65, which is below the top of the most recent move or below the highest point of the London session. Okay, the price went a little bit up and down, and obviously there was some resistance at this level. I noticed it here, and what I did is I have taken the profit manually, I believe somewhere at that point. Yep, I think it is exactly at that point, so let me just play the recording and you will see that right in here I didn't wait for the take profit to get hit, I closed it manually. Then what happened, the price went higher. Now I moved the stop loss below that low because we had a new high confirming the higher low, and again the price found resistance at these levels and it was failing to push through. Euro was not anymore among the strongest, and I took the profit manually again, didn't wait for the take profit because see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times I had to close it. And when there is strong resistance, it is what it is. For some reason the sellers are stronger in there, the buyers cannot push through, and it's time to take the profit. Very happy with the session as well because I achieved my target, I didn't have any loss, and even the 1.43% is pretty good from 2 trades. Of course it depends on what account you will be trading, but in the trial period you should always imagine that you are doing it really as on a funded account. Just prepare for it, spend longer if you need. You can continue towards 10% in the account, you can start a new trial, it's up to you. But the most important before taking an actual FTMO challenge is to prepare until the moment you see nice statistics in your account, nice equity line, and you fit all their criteria. Alright guys, so you saw that reaching the 5% target is quite possible. It's not really hard, but you should really take the trial as an actual trading. And no matter what trading system you have, you should sit in front of the computer the time needed. For example, I'm using the London session, so I make sure to be at 10 a.m. every morning on my computer, which is 8 a.m. UK time. And no matter if I'm doing trial period, demo account, live account, funded accounts, I take it serious because at the end of the day, the most important thing is to improve your skills and keep mastering the trading system you are using. Now, if you have found this video useful, I'll be super happy if you smash the like button, subscribe to see more from my trading strategies, robots, and all tips and tools I share about trading. Wish you safe trading, and don't forget that I love you.